It's me, Jimmy Cheng here for yet another video. You've seen the title. This is not a review, not a fanboy talk, but a photography tip video that many of you have been asking for quite a while. Today, I want to show you one mistake in editing that many ignore. Ready? Let's go. I know and understand that many photographers are eager to share their fabulous photos to the world, but if they want to show these images in higher quality and in a more presentable way, they need to be edited first, because most straight JPEG images just wouldn't cut it. Am I suggesting that all out-of-camera JPEG are rubbish? No, not at all. They are perfectly fine, but if you want your images to look better, with more directions, substance, and interest, spending some time on your computer with your favorite editing software will dramatically improve your images. Remember, taking a photograph is just the beginning. When it comes to photo editing, it is important to get one thing right before any, and I mean any other adjustments that you may wish to apply to the image, and that is colors. Yep, you need to get the colors right. I've seen time and time again, photographers jump straight into the sophisticated adjustments, curves, shadows, highlights, split tones, details, clarity, and even beginners applying presets and filters first before they go back and mess around with the colors after. And this approach is totally incorrect, and let me tell you why. First, you can never be consistent if color correction is your last editing step. Very often, fine adjustments can result in color shifts, similar to filters and presets. They are designed to give your images a specific look and feel, not correcting colors. If you're working on just one image, that may not be so bad. But if you have a dozen or even a few hundreds of photos to edit, then you will never have a consistent delivery because there are no base point to work on. If you batch apply a preset, for example, each photo in your set will look very different. A lot of people always blame the presets and say that they don't work. But the truth is, each of your photos in your set is different, and more importantly, there's no datum point to work with. Just to give you an example, I have two photos here and they're shot at different time and place. You can see that they have different color temperatures and tones. Now, if I apply my presets, they will look horrible and different. No matter how I change things in the adjustment panels after, I just can't match them. Okay, let's start again. If I first color correct them by means of making sure the color temperatures reflect the actual shooting environment, and of course check the skin tones on your subject. Now we apply the preset. Bam! Look, both images have the same feel and tones. This is also true in video editing. You have to first color correct before any color grading. This is much easier and faster to ensure your workflow is smooth and efficient. You may think I'm crazy, right? Black and white photography is no colors. You're wrong. Black and white are also colors, and let me explain a little. Unless you're using a dedicated monochromatic camera, you're also dealing with colors before black and white conversion. Monochromatic camera record luminous values, in other words, from dark, which is black, to bright, which is white, and anything in between, shades of grays. Color digital cameras operate differently. Each pixel has 3 color channels, red, blue, and green. Without going too technical, the combination of pixels with various intensity of each of these 3 channels give us a color picture. So, modern digital black and white photographs are converted color images. For the same reason I mentioned earlier, having a good consistent base for a set of photographs will make your black and white conversions much easier and linear. Remember, great digital photographs require editing, and digital black and white is more than just simply desaturating your color images. Cleverly massaging the lights and shadow by dodge and burns and selectively adding contrast to a particular shade of color can dramatically change the results, making your images pop. These are techniques that are brought back from the good old film days. Black and white photographers use color filters to enhance contrast level of the photograph by changing the way the black and white negatives behave. For instance, shooting in black and white portrait using a yellow filter will lighten the skin of your subject. Remember, negatives are the inverse of the actual image. So using a yellow filter will basically adding more yellow to the image. So the shades that are associated with the tone is darkened on the negative. And when the film is developed and inverted in print, they appear lighter and brighter. This is similar in black and white conversion. Desaturating a color picture will give you a very flat image. But when you start playing with the color channels, you'll start to see some changes. This takes time to master, but if you're curious about this, I use a program called Silver Efex Pro, which is a dedicated black and white conversion software that gives me an analog development and more intuitive experience. You can, of course, do the same thing in Photoshop, but it will take a lot longer and more complex as a result. But like I mentioned earlier, if you first color correct your images before black and white conversions, your image set will definitely look way more coherent and consistent as a result. If you're interested, I have a link to Silver Efex Pro in the description if you want to check it out. So there you have it. This is of course the first part of my editing series, and more will come in the future. This series is basically my workflow, and I'm explaining one by one so you get to practice in your own time. Remember, getting the colors right means everything in the world of photography. I know RAW is flexible, but setting the color white balance correctly will save you a lot of time in post, and it's not just for JPEG images. So that's it. I hope this video is useful and informative. Let me know what you want to learn in the future, and I will collect a whole bunch of them and make a list. Thanks again, and you know what to do now. Thumb if you enjoyed this video, and sub if you want to support this channel and me. Peace!